This morning, I went to the Pennsylvania Game Commission Public Archery Range on Route 944 outside of Carlisle to shoot my Barnett TS380 for the ASA Triple Crown in the Pennsylvania ASA State Championship and to shoot my 10-point Venom X. Okay, we're at the range and we're going to be shooting both of my crossbows, the TS380 Barnett. I have to make sure everything is shot in, everything's set, and I lowered the speed a little bit, and I'm just going to check 40 yards to set my center crosshair, and then I'll go to 20, 30, and 50 and make sure that the speed ring is correct. I am shooting the ASA PA Clash for Cash Pennsylvania this year. It's a Triple Crown, and then the ASA Pennsylvania State Championships with this crossbow. And this is the one I used down at Sportsman Show, took third, and shot last week on Saturday at Big Chickies Bowman, shot excellent. I only shot 4.8s, the rest were 10s and 12s, and finished 4 down, which is my best score so far. Been getting better with it, but I want to keep working at it. Actually, the scope, I'm only shooting the scope at like between 3 and 3.5 power, so I'm in a disadvantage, but we're going to try it this year and see how I make out. If not, I might get an HHA Tetra, like a jack plate, and get a scope, maybe a 6 power, and put on it. But I like less movement in my sight picture, and so I may end up just keeping this. Depends on how well I shoot, but I can't see the 12 ring. And anyway, so we're going to make sure this crossbow is on, and we're at 40 yards. So check out my video from last week, Big Chickies 3D shoot. We got some good slow-mo shots and some interaction there. We had a great time, and it's a great club. They allow crossbows to be shot there, and so we want to support clubs that do that. So one thing I learned, I'd like to share with you here, is I shortened up my stock. If you have an adjustable stock in your crossbow, try different settings. The shorter setting on my crossbow works out much better with holding steady. And so that's one thing, if I would say you can do, is to hold steady, more steady on target. One thing is shorten your stock up. And then the second thing is you want to use your elbow, if you're a right-handed shooter, you want to use your left elbow to steady the crossbow against yourself, put your elbow against yourself. And then the third thing is pull it in tight, hold it tight against the crossbow against yourself. Create some tension in the system. It's almost like shooting a compound. The harder you pull, the more you're, if everything's set up right, more tension in that system helps it set correct, set better on target. But so there's 3 things that you can do. Let's go ahead and shoot the first one at 40 yards and see where we're at here. So anxious to see if it's going to be dead on here. And I'm shooting off the bench just because I want to make sure these are correct. And put a level on your crossbow. That's important. So here we go at 40 yards, first shot. I always check my bubble. Okay. I think looks good. It's a little left. I'm aiming right at the center of that tape. Let's go ahead and shoot another one and we'll see where it's hitting. Another thing for accuracy is cocking your crossbow. I hand cock this. My right arm is 1.25 inches longer than my left, so I take up more of the handle in my right hand than I do the left to even out my arms. I broke my arm back in 1976, my left arm, and the bone hasn't grown since then. Broke it across the growth plate, so that's one issue I had with compound, my one arm being shorter than the other, and I was a real short draw. But let's take a second shot here. You want to draw your crossbow evenly if you don't have a crank. Okay, well, it's definitely on. I just have to do a left and right adjustment here. It's a little bit to the left. And at 40 yards, my 40-yard crosshair is centered at 40 yards. So you use your turrets on a speed ring. At your center crosshair, if it's 20, you use your turrets. And then when you go to your other ranges, 20, 30, 40, 20, 30, and 50, and some other ranges, you want to adjust the speed ring at those ranges. Okay. Take one more shot here, and then we'll walk down and take a look. But that looks like a good group. I want to see if I can bring it over a little bit. That sun's coming up, but we're good. Check your bubble. Get a process on your shot as well. I check my bubble. It's level, and then I go back. I do that with my left eye, and I go close my left eye and go back into the scope. So here we go. I moved it to the right. Okay, I went too far. Now it's over. So we'll come back half. I think I went 6. So we'll go 3. Uh-oh. Well, there's an odd one. I had fletching just come loose. Wow. That's a rarity. So we won't shoot that one. I'll fix that. I do my own fletchings. I put a little bit of twist on them. You'll have that happen. I've shot that arrow through. I think I shot a deer with it. The one I shot, the one I'm shooting now, I shot through 2 or 3 deer, and the fletchings are still good on it. Okay, here we go. This is our second round at 40 yards, trying to get a center on it. Oh, I tell you what, I'm going to give it one click to the right, and I think we got it. That hit just off of center on the crosshair to the left. This scope is a Hawk XB30 compact. It is a 1.5 to, I keep forgetting, 6, 1.5 to 6. They make the same scope in a 2 to 7, and I think up to 8 power, 2 to 8 on the 1. Let's take one more shot and see where we're at. Okay, shot process. Make sure your bubble's level. Now, that's easier on the bench, but for your left and rights. Okay, here we go. Bubble level. Pull the crossbow in tight. Squeeze the trigger. Oh. Yeah, that definitely is a flyer. You know what? The one vein on that is not right, and I think that's what's causing. Yeah, here's the one I shot 2 deer with. We'll shoot this one down there. That one vein is bent, and that definitely took off a flyer. I'll go home. And refletch that one. All these are spine indexed, so the spine is all the same as it comes off the crossbow. Okay, here we go. 40 yards, bubbles level. Okay. I think we're going to keep it right where it's at.